next part of the class as we create our new, we learn our new class on the Navi, on the book of Tanakh, very important part of Torah, which we are learning together. And what happens in our stories? Let's just recap. We're holding chapter 2, verse 14. And basically, Joshua sent 2 spies. We learned that Rashi told us they were Pinchas and Caleb and Pinchas. And they went in undercover, as Rashi told us yesterday's class. They were carrying they were like pottery merchants who were mute, who couldn't speak. And therefore, maybe they wouldn't be able to get caught. They could just come in as they were selling merchants. And anyway, the bottom line is they got caught. And they know that they came to, and their secret service found out that they came to Rachav's house. Rachav's house, we learned yesterday, was 2 things. Number 1, she sold food. She was a merchant of sale of food. And at the same time, we also learned that she was a prostitute, which the kings would cohabit with her, the great leaders of the community, as we're going to see it comes into play in the Chumash today. And they come running to Rachav's house. And Rachav, you should know the people who came, they're really not good people, they're really bad people. And she hides them. She tells them, I'm hiding you, and I know the Jews are going to win. Our hearts have melted of fear, and I know the Jews are going to win, and I'm going to hide. And she hides them, and she tells the secret service of that country that they should quickly run after the spies, because the spies had left her house, and they went out of the city before the evening came, before the doors to the city of Yericho closed. And the horsemen or whatever, the people, whoever was there, the secret service ran out, chased after the men, but really they were hiding in her house. So here we continue. And then yesterday also, she told them, listen, do me a favor. I saved your necks. I would like you to do equal goodness and kindness and truth, just like I saved you. When you do come in here and you do when I want you to save my family. And here is the response. Today we're going to learn the response of the spies to Rachav. So the men tell Rachav, tell this woman, Nafsheinu tachtenu lamus, our soul is under you to die, meaning we put our life on the line, for we agree with you. If as long as you keep our secret, don't start spreading out what we're going to tell you. We're going to make a way for your family to be saved, but you can't let anybody else know. So as long as you keep it under wraps, and when Hashem will give us a land, we will do with you chesed ve'emes, truth and kindness, and repay the kindness that you did to us, we will do to you. So what does she do with them? But she has to get them out of the city. The city's locked. No problem. But she lowers them down with a rope, from the window. Now, how is that going to help, lowering them with a rope out of the window? So the verse is very interesting. Her house was actually built in the wall. So they had this massive wall, I guess, this protecting wall around the city. People built their houses in that wall. Maybe they used that massive wall around the city as part of their house. So her house was in that wall. So she takes a rope, she lowers a rope down from the window of her house, which is the wall around the city. So now she lets them out of that window. They will go out of the city. And they will be out of the, because the door to the city is closed, but no problem. She has a window, maybe it's very high up, but she can put a rope to it and she can let them out through the rope. Now, why did she have this rope available? Rashi says it fits into our storyline here, which is that she was a prostitute. Because how would the kings and the noblemen that she would sin with get in and out of her house? So she had some kind of a rope ladder or a rope, and she used that rope ladder that she would use to sin to do this great mitzvah of saving the 2 spies. And Rashi actually says she was hoping that by means of her terrible sins she would now make up for it by saving the necks of the 2 spies of the Jewish people, to use it to save them. Verse 16. So she tells them, here's what you do when you get down from this rope. Run to the mountains, so you don't bump into the pursuers, the people who are chasing you, the secret service, the people that are trying to catch spies. You don't bump into them. Go run. There must have been like a mountainous area there. And in that mountainous range, stay put. Don't leave it. Hide there, shleishas yamim, for 3 days. Hide out. Don't move for 3 days. I guess they're not in her house anymore. Maybe the spies might come back and check in the house and they'll catch her. So you're out of danger, but stay there. Until after 3 days, the people that are trying to find you, that ran after you, return. And then you'll run on your way. So the mountainous area must have been a good area to hide. You're going to go into the mountainous area, and Rachav obviously knew. Rashi says that she had some divine inspiration, being able to predict when the pursuers are going to return. So the men tell her, spies, as they're getting ready to go, we're blameless in case you don't follow the sign we're telling you now. We're going to give you the sign. How are we going to know not to kill your family when we come to attack Israel? We're making a promise, but we're clean of our promise if you don't follow through on the directions that we're giving you for your family to be safe. What are we going to tell you? Verse 18. When we come to the land, as tikvas hachut hashani hazeh, this red crimson, it's like a red, bright red rope that you let us down, that we came down from the window. You take that rope and tikshri b'chaloin, you tie it to the window. That you let us escape with. I want that on that window. Your mother, your father, and your brother, and your whole father's house, your cousins, whatever, everyone that's there, bring them into your house. So that's going to be a secret place for you to live, and that's going to be the secret sign. And they're going to tell all the soldiers, no one should attack that house, that everyone in that house is safe. So that's the sign. If you don't do it, then we're not to blame. And whoever leaves the house, the blood is on their own head. We're not responsible if a relative gets killed and they're not in the house where we're telling you to go. And we will be clean from our commitment, our promise for the blood that was shed. And anyone that's within the house, if anything happens to them, the blood is on our own head. We're responsible. If anybody touches that person. So they're really taking a strong commitment to this woman. After she saved their lives, they're making a commitment that they will follow in kind and protect them. And if, God forbid, you start spreading the rumor and telling people to put red, crimson strings on their house because you want to save a bunch of other people, you let the cat out of the bag, let everybody know. And we are clean also from our commitment that we swore to you, from our oath, we're good, we're clean, because you went and spread the thing. And she said, yes, I agree. The Shachim, she sent them out. She went and she tied the scarlet line, the rope, on her window. So the spies went and they went to the mountains, and they waited there 3 days until the pursuers returned. They looked the whole way and they didn't find them because they were hiding in the mountain in Syria. They looked all along the road, wherever they might be. They ran. We went the other day till the Jordan River, which would be the direction that the spies would return, and they didn't find them because they weren't on the road. They went to the side in the mountain of Syria. And they waited. The two men waited there. Verse 3. And they came down from the mountain of Yavru, and they came to Joshua, the new leader, Moshe's student, Yeshua, the son of Nun. And they told Joshua everything that took place. They went and they crossed over the Jordan, went back to Joshua and told the whole story. And they told Yeshua the good news. God put it in our hands, the whole land. And they have melted, they're petrified, they're scared, and that was a sign that there's going to be an easy win, an easy war. I guess they're going to succeed in conquering the land of Jericho. And that is the end of today's class on Navi. And questions or comments?